Hello, Stevens Band family. I hope all of you are doing well. I wanted to send out another video this week to kind of catch you up to date, make sure that everybody's on the same page with how we're moving forward. So, as I've talked about in all my videos, priority one is going to be for you and your families to stay safe, stay healthy, and follow all the social distancing guidelines that have been issued by the federal, state, and local governments. We want to make sure that we do everything we can to keep everybody safe and on the right track to getting back to where we need to be. We want students to develop a routine that's going to allow for them to go to bed at a decent hour and get a good night's sleep, wake up reasonably early in the morning and get going to try to keep things as much on a normal pace as they would when they were in school. They need to follow a schedule that allows for their schoolwork, that allows for them to eat properly and regularly, to exercise, get some physical activity in. We want them to have time for themselves and also time to interact with others online and socially, right? We need that in our lives right now. As I've said before, school is not canceled. It's just different. The end of the 6 weeks is coming for all students, and that's going to be on Wednesday, April the 22nd. Students who have not submitted assignments for classes, including band, but all their other core classes and other academic classes, you need to get those assignments in by the beginning of next week. We need for students to communicate not only with band directors, but also with all of their teachers. Make sure they get their work, get caught up, and get everything in so that they get a good grade this coming 6 weeks. They don't want to put themselves in a bad situation by not turning in assignments and not communicating properly with teachers. Dr. Woods is going to have some updates for all of us about how we're going to proceed after the state makes some announcements on how school and other organizations will proceed into the near future. So just know that you have to take care of all of these things in all of your classes as best as possible. Just take it one step at a time. Get that done starting today and into the weekend so you can be ready to hand in all your stuff and make sure it's good to go for your report card for the 6 weeks that's ending on Wednesday, right? I've also said before that band is not canceled. It's just different. Assignments have been issued for every class that we teach. All the band classes, our percussion class, our color guard, music theory, jazz band, instrumental ensemble, all have assignments that need to be turned in as well. We want to see that you're engaged and that you're communicating with band directors frequently, asking questions, doing everything that you can to make your band experience and your band education meaningful at this time. And we all need that at this time. So we want you to be engaged as much as possible. Being engaged in submitting these assignments through Google Classroom are a requirement for band. We're giving grades for them, and we've been told to give missing assignments for people that have not turned in those assignments to us. So that's going to affect your 6 weeks average, and we don't want that to happen. So we want for everybody to be on the same page, be communicating with directors, and getting everything done. You're now seeing some communication information on the screen on how to communicate with directors. It's really important that you utilize this information and shoot us an email or talk to us about Google Classroom. Be engaged with us and be in communication. Staying in communication with me and Mr. Cassiano, Ms. Henson, and Mr. Bujol is so important at this time. We use GroupMe, we use Google Classroom and email to message students, and we need to hear back from students. We've heard back from the large majority of our students. There's still a few people that we'd like to get on board, so let's focus on doing that in the coming days and into the weekend. You're now seeing contact information from our wonderful principal secretary, Miss Lisa Garza. If you are still in need of technology, a Chromebook, a mobile hotspot, I don't know exactly what they have available, but I know that Stevens is issuing technology to help students with distant learning tomorrow, Friday, from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. on campus. So you need to either call or email Lisa Garza at 210-397-6450 or email her at lisa.garza@nisd.net to pick up. Okay, so what's going on with band right now? We have, with our current lessons and activities, all the directors are having Zoom sessions regularly for band, color guard, percussion, and jazz band classes. You need to attend these sessions and stay engaged and get all the up-to-date information, not only on how we're developing with fundamentals, but what we're requiring for the assignments for each individual class. It's kind of like this is our instructional period on the Zoom app. We're giving out the instruction to the students, having them ask questions, having them demonstrate things so they can complete their Google Classroom assignments more proficiently. So that's what's going on. We're also having lessons with students in small groups and individually on Zoom. It's really important for us to be able to do our best to engage the students and get them to do individual tasks and focus on their individual development. The drum major candidates that we have that are auditioning for the 2020-2021 drum major positions are having training right now. They've been doing a great job, and they're entering their third session today. So we want to wish them all the best of luck, and we're kind of seeing how this audition process works on Zoom, because we're probably going to have to utilize that a little bit more in the near future. You're now seeing some information on the screen regarding joining our color guard. Our color guard recruiting is ongoing, and all you need to do is just reach out and contact us. Contact Mr. Cassiano via his email, which is on there. And also there's some other social media links and a Google Classroom link on there if you're interested in color guard, or if you know someone that is. So please spread the word that our color guard is accepting members, and we're getting ready to recruit really hardcore for that. Okay, so what's coming up? I want to address 8th graders at Vale and Pease Middle School, and any 8th graders from around the district that are considering coming to Stevens. We're thinking about you, and we're planning like crazy for next year. The directors spend a lot of time on Zoom talking about not only drum major auditions and band auditions and leadership and what we're going to do for band camp and all of those things. A lot of it's still up in the air right now, but we're really excited. We're really planning for these 8th graders to come in and join us as freshmen in our band program next year. We're excited. May 4th is an important day because the audition material will be released for all band students, including the audition material for next year's freshmen. So be on the look for that. We'll also explain the audition process and how to move forward with that process in some time, once we get to a point where we have a little bit more knowledge of how the year is going to proceed. We'll have more info regarding that process after the state and NISD decide how they're going to proceed with school after the May 4th date. So be on the lookout for that. A video covering our percussion audition process for marching band will be released this Monday. Mr. Sales is making that video, and we're going to release it on all our different mediums. So be on the look for that, whether you're a current Stevens student auditioning for next year or whether you're an incoming student auditioning for percussion for next year. That video is going to talk to you about that audition process. Okay, we'll share this information with middle school band directors as well. And we're going to send it out to our current people through Remind, GroupMe, and Google Classroom. So just be on the lookout for all of that. More information on all this very soon, including the 2020-2021 leadership auditions and interviews for our current Stevens students. So just be aware that all of that is coming up. Okay. The next section here is for current seniors. Applications for the Robert D. Rubio Scholarship will be released on Monday, April the 20th. We're going to do that through a Google form format, some way to submit that scholarship application through Google. So just be prepared when that comes out. The deadline for those applications to be submitted is going to be Monday, May the 4th. Okay. So they come out this coming Monday, and they're going to be due on May the 4th. Mr. Rico, one of our Band Booster executive board members, is in charge of putting together a committee of non-senior parents, and he's put that group together, and they're going to evaluate the scholarship applications. As I said before, the applications will be available through Google Forms or some sort of Google format, and we'll share them through Remind and GroupMe, so all the seniors will have an opportunity to apply for the Robert D. Rubio Scholarship. Okay, Band Banquet, let's talk about that. It's still on May the 8th. Okay, it's right now we're planning for a virtual Band Banquet online. I'm looking into upgrading my Zoom account to be able to host up to 300 people at one time. I know that there was an issue with the meeting that we had last week that it maxed out at 100, and I thought the limit was higher, but I was incorrect. The limit is only 100 people that I can have in at one time, and well over 100 people wanted to attend that meeting. So apologies for those of you that didn't get in. I sent out the minutes for that meeting through the newsletter format, so hopefully you got all that information. But I'm looking into upgrading the account. It's going to allow for a more efficient large group instruction and large group meeting process, which we're going to use towards the end of the year coming up here. Okay, so I'm looking into that. You're now seeing an email address on the screen. Please send any pictures. This is still regarding Band Banquet, right? Please send any pictures that you have of the 2020-2021 Band and Color Guard to Rachel Macias. Rachel is our historian, and she'll be working on the banquet video and putting all that together. So that's the email address that you need to send things to. You're now seeing a list of the senior class of 2020. This is an amazing group of people, and we're so proud of them, and we're going to celebrate them. We're not going to discuss the things that didn't happen. We're going to discuss the amazing things that did happen and celebrate this wonderful group of people. We're going to honor them at the banquet as we do every year, but we need this list to be accurate. So if you see any discrepancies on that list, if your name is misspelled or you see somebody like, oh, they left off someone or so, we want to make sure that we have it all correct. So please shoot me a message or shoot me an email if there's any corrections needed on there. Seniors, we also need a baby pic and a current pic of you sent to Rachel so she can include that in the banquet video, because we're going to do the dedication to the seniors and the honoring of the seniors. So make sure that you indicate that those pics are the ones that you want for the banquet video, seniors, okay? If you have any questions about anything, shoot me an email. My email is what it's always been, john.dominguez@nisd.net. I want to take a moment and thank you all for all that you do. We have an amazing group of students and amazing families in our program, and we feel that we're going to be stronger because of the communication that we've had, the engagement and the involvement we've had from students and parents. And we hope and wish the best for every single one of you throughout this time. So stay strong, stay communicating, stay engaged in learning, students, okay? Make sure that you're on top of everything that you need. The Stevens directors, the color guard instructors, our percussion instructors, we're all working really, really hard for you to get you as much instruction as possible and plan for the future. Okay. If you have any questions, contact us. We wish you all the best, and we hope to see you really soon. Take care.